All right, let's go ahead and get started. It is November the 9th on a Thursday. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and update a few things, and we'll get started in the next minute or so. All right, hopefully my audio is fine. You guys can hear me. The music isn't too loud. Let's go ahead and get started. First things first, let me go ahead and update OBS from yesterday. So we had a trade on gold. Video is posted if you guys want to see the recap. I can go over it this morning as well, but let's go ahead and clear this up. Trades taken. Let's go ahead and take that off. All right. And let's go ahead and update this as well. Okay. So let's see what's gold doing. So gold pushed exactly through that zone like I anticipated and hit this level near 1947, 812. We could get a push this morning. We can go and delete all this since it's now irrelevant. So notice how gold is at this nice level of support. Let's go on the daily time frame, see what we see. Notice how we have these wicks coming off of this zone from previous resistance over here. We have a touch right here. We have a touch right here before we have that break, making this our newly formed support. That price might be reacting off of this morning. So notice how on the daily time frame, guys, I'm just getting my overall perspective. If I see some level of support resistance, cool. I can draw it on that chart, on that daily time frame. But that's it, and then I'm moving on. I notice that price is rejecting off of these levels. We have a touch right here. We have a touch right here, and we also have a touch right here. So this is just confirming that this is a strong level that price is holding at, right? So we have this breakout on the daily time frame, and look at where price is currently at. So with that being said, since price is so close to that newly formed level of support, we're looking for buys this morning because the average retail concept is when you have a breakout, you have a retracement, break and retest, right? So on the 4 hour, scaling in, we have those zones highlighted. We have all this consolidation right here. We have price wicking off of that newly formed support. Price does a thing for a few days, right, on the 4 hour time frame, and then finally makes its way down. Cool. And price isn't too far from that level as well. It's about, what, 26, 25 pips. So it's not too late to find some sort of entry this morning on gold for buys. Scaling on the 2 hour, you can just see price more separated, and you can make your levels more precise. But that's the ideal perspective this morning on gold. Simply just going for my daily time frame, and I see that price is having some sort of a break and retest. Simple as that. You don't want to try to overcomplicate it. You want your charts to be very clean and basic as well. But starting on your higher time frame, you can top-down analysis will allow you to see what perspective you're aiming for in the market instead of starting, let's say, in the 5 minute and trying to find those micro moves that everyone likes to do when they're scalping. You know, I primarily just start my daily time frame, find the overall perspective. If it's looking bullish, I'm looking for buys. If it's looking bearish, I'm looking for sells. Okay, so we're gonna come back to gold in the next like 5 minutes because we could just find an entry because this candle is still in formation, but we can just wait for the next 15-minute candle to see if price holds above. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that green. What happened on AUD USD yesterday? So price is currently still reacting in that zone. It did hit that 50% level. It did push up a little bit, but now it's currently still reacting off of that discount. I'm sorry. And before we continue, let's go ahead and check news. But yeah, we most definitely might be able to get a move on gold this morning, like yesterday. Like I said, guys, I'm going to be more aggressive this week and next week on gold. So next 5 minutes, we're definitely going to pivot back and see if we can hop in. But 8:30, we have unemployment claims on USD. I might be live. I might extend this live to 9 o'clock. And then we have news later today at 2 p.m. on USD as well. Fed Chair Powell speaks. Okay, cool. So 8:30 and 2 p.m. Let me go ahead and send that to Discord real quick. Oh, let's see. Forex Factory. Where is it? Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find the screenshot, guys. Sorry. I just took a screenshot of this. It is the 9th, right? Oh, it's 11/9. My dumbass. Okay. It's right here. Found it. All right, cool. And I did send that. Okay. Cool. All right, so yeah, 8:30 and 2 o'clock. But gold is looking pretty good, guys. So in the next couple minutes, we might be able to hop in because this is a good point of where price is nearing that level. It's not too far. Like I said, 20 pips is nothing. It's at that daily newly formed support as well. It is kind of wicking off. Ideally, I want price to be a little closer so we have a nice entry, but that's okay. We can make this a nice one-to-one, something like this, right? And then our stops would be just below that previous gap, right? And this is, let's see. Okay, so if we really wanted to swing, guys, since it is on a daily time frame and hold this throughout Friday, we could make this a one-to-one, something like this. The only problem is this is a lot of pips, so you'd have to use low risk hopping into this. That's the only issue. So let's see. I'd probably make this 170. And this is what I was doing last year, guys, making these big moves on the daily 4-hour time frame for over 100 pips. So this is 170, and then this is we're gonna make this 170 as well. So that would be a one-to-one with low risk. Why did you decide to start trading more aggressive on gold? So like I just stated, I actually don't trade aggressive on gold. Like what I'm doing right now is how I used to trade on gold, where I would find these big moves in the market where I would let price hold for like a day or a couple of days. Yesterday's move, which was around 20 pips, was aggressive because I was catching a small move within the time frame for a retracement. But usually, like what I was doing last year, catching those 100 pip, 200 pip moves, it would look something like this, using a one-to-one, starting on the daily time frame, noticing that price is at a nice pivotal point, whether if it's a break and retest, if it's at a nice area of supply or demand, catching those gaps. But yesterday's move, let me see if I can find it, where I was SWR because you have to scalp and find those fast moves within a short time frame. But this on like the 1 hour, 2 hour, this price is going to hold for a long period of time. And the reason why I'm making this so big is because on the 4-hour time frame, notice how the most previous zone that price reacting off of is where it is around 1932. So next minute, guys, this might be good to go, but I'm going to make sure everything is looking good to me because price is near that level of support. We don't want price to push up and miss where we could have entered in at the time being. So let me go ahead and get my position size calculator real quick and calculate my risk before I send anything out. I didn't mean to ignore you, by the way. What's up, Shu? How you doing? Appreciate you for hopping in. I did not mean to ignore you. Okay. Plus, we have news this morning on USD at 8:30, so we're gonna see if price is actually gonna react and hold in that new territory as well. All right, let me adjust this real quick. But yeah, last year, guys, I was only strictly trading gold with a certain method I was using. Let me go ahead and adjust this real quick. 12. And then this would have to be 0. And this is 17.0, right? Yep. 17.000. The reason why I'm putting my TP around this area because price is reacting off of this newly formed resistance on the 4-hour time frame, and then of course I have my stop loss right there in case price decides to dip down and then push back up from news. And again, guys, just strictly looking on the daily time frame, I'm noticing that price did have a break. It came into this range, dipped down, and now I'm trying to see if price is going to hold throughout this morning because we have strong structure indicating that price has a level of support around 1946 to 75. Very, very simple. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that blue. And then let's go ahead and update Discord. And then let's place alerts. I'm going to place an alert right here, guys. Just in case. I'm going to say watch price. But I'm currently in this trade now, guys. I'm in this trade. Use low risk. This is I classify this as a swing, guys. This is my opinion to swing because I'm gonna hold this trade throughout tomorrow. I doubt we're gonna get this move happening all morning, but this is something I'm holding throughout the week or until the market closes. And I'm gonna say watch price. Now what we want to see as well on the next hourly candle, the next 10 minutes, we want to see price hold above as well and have a nice push. Because yes, on the lower time frames, price is selling, but we could get this nice bearish reversal, telling us that price wants to hold because we have price wicking off right now. But on the next hourly candle, in the next 10 minutes, we want to see price just push up. Okay. Let me go ahead and send this in Discord. Give me 1 second, guys. And again, you guys want to do this with low risk because I classify this as some sort of swing. Okay, let me send this. Use low risk. And then let me go ahead and document this, guys. Give me 1 second. All right, so let's go on the 4-hour time frame. I'm going to go ahead and get my screenshot. Let's go ahead and put this in our journal. It is the 9th This is a long position. Excuse me. Entry is 1948. If you guys have any questions on why I entered on gold just now as well, please let me know. If you're hopping in late and you're curious, let me know, and I'll explain everything I just explained in the last 10 minutes. You don't want to overcomplicate it as well. That's one of the things I did when I first started trading. I would overcomplicate a lot of things and miss out on moves because I was very in and out with my analysis. But once you see something in the market and it makes sense to you, you have to execute. And if you lose, guess what? You learn from your losses. It's very simple. That's why you have a trading journal. I think I made a video yesterday. I posted a video yesterday about it. This is a 1-to-1. Let me go ahead and put this in here. Oh, this is the wrong account. Fuck. Okay, we're gonna hop in my other. Okay, yeah, we can do both. We can do both. That's perfectly fine. This is low risk. Go ahead and put my stop loss right here. Yeah, this is the most tedious part, honestly. So I do apologize if I'm taking a bit long documenting this stuff, guys. I'm trading off of 2 accounts. I got to document every single thing that I do. So I apologize. This is 7, 19. While I'm doing this, again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask away so I can read them when I'm done. Okay. Again, the only concern that I have is that price will melt back into this range, right, from news, and then react off of this over here. But if price holds, we're good to go, especially after news. So again, we have range 1, and I'm gonna put this over here. So I'll just put it right here, honestly. Range 1, range 2. Very simple. So the next 5 minutes, we're going to see if we get that hourly opening in range 2 and see what price wants to do. Because quite honestly, guys, if price breaks this high, this is no longer in some sort of a bearish run, right? If price decides to take out this high right here in the push up, this lets us know that there's no sort of bearish continuation because, yes, on the 15-minute or 1 hour, whatever time frame you're scaling down to, yes, price is technically selling. But if it breaks that previous high, you know, breaking structure of that bearish trend, then we're good to go. So that's something we want to see as well. Okay, let me finish this real quick. This is 4. This is 3. Oop, 3 right here. Insert link. And we should be good. All right. Everything is documented. Do you know about TradeZilla or TradeSync? No, what's that? Inform me. I'm gonna just, if price breaks previous high. Honestly, I'm not gonna write this all out. If you guys have any questions about what I have drawn on the chart, I'll explain it. I'm too lazy to draw all that out or type that out. It's an automatic trade journal. You link your accounts to it, and it automatically logs every trade you take, and it gives you detailed insight on your win rate, max possible win rate. Is it the thing that there's a trader I used to watch, Controller FX. Does he use it? Because I have a journal like that. I started using a journal like that last year. Let me show you guys. Is it like this? Because what I use now is I use Excel just because I like learning about formulas. I'm a nerd, but I used to use this. Like, is it something like this? I think this is what I have posted on my IG as well, where you have all this information. I was doing a flip account. I started with 500, ended out with 1,200, and this is all the data from last year. This is on one of my accounts. And then you have your stats, right? So this is from last year, 70% win rate. It's automatic, 58 wins, 15 break even, 30 losses, tells you what type of trade, breakout, break and retest, tells you your win rate through quarters, quarter two, quarter one, quarter three I don't trade, quarter four. It's something like this. This is what I used to use, and I'll tell you why I stopped. Only because with Excel, I feel like the only thing it gives me that this doesn't is the screenshots. So the journal, it just gives you a whole bunch of information and tells you all your percentages, which is cool. But I like looking at screenshots. That's why I use Excel. But this isn't bad as well. I like using this, but I'm gonna come back to it on when I'm off live. Like for YouTube live streams, I'm using Excel. And this is like personal stuff, like flip challenges, but I don't really primarily use it. But let me know if this is what you're talking about. Let me know if that's what you're talking about. All right, so we have 3 more minutes. Hopefully gold does decide to push up. Again, we're looking for price to break this high, guys. If price breaks this high, we're good. Kind of, yes, but more dynamic and automatic. You can add screenshots and notes. Is it free? Because if it is, I'll definitely check it out. And I don't blame anyone for not hopping in because this is a swing. And this is something I was doing last year, catching those 100 plus, 150 plus moves because this is a 170 pip move on gold, guys. So if you don't know how to use low risk on moves like that, I don't blame you. You don't have to hop in. But it's something I noticed on gold that I'm taking advantage of before we end the week. All right, let me update OBS. Trades taken, properties. We have gold, and we're going long because I know a lot of people, especially this morning, a lot of people that trade gold do 5-minute, 15-minute entries, which is fine. But this daily entry, 4-hour entry, allows you to just hold your bias. So even if you are scalping on the 15-minute and you're looking for buys, right? You have your range separated. Let's say you're in range 1, range 2, range 3. And you're waiting for price to come up just a little bit and then have that breakout around here to have another push in the range 2. You can do that as well. That's what most people do when they're scalping or scaling on the lower time frames. That's perfectly fine. But what I'm simply doing is just holding price. Instead of trying to, catch those small moves, has a break and retest like I have drawn right here. That's fine, but I'm just holding price throughout the week. Simple as that. Unfortunately, not monthly subscriptions. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. All right, so let's see what happens on the hourly candle. Let's go to the 1-hour time frame. And we just want to keep an eye on this, okay? And hopefully you guys are having a good week, or you guys have had a good week. This is my last day that I'm live. I was supposed to be live Monday and Tuesday. Guys, I was moving a whole bunch of stuff around. I just didn't have time to be at my desk. But my schedule is going to resume next week. I'm going to be out of town on Sunday, but I'll be back Sunday night, and then we should be good to go. If you guys have any questions about my gold analysis, let me know, please. Let me know. What I can do as well, this is a bit exaggerated, just because when you're using a 1-to-1, you want to have your stop loss the same as your TP. But if I wanted to, I could push this back up to make this a 1-to-3. I really could. My stop loss is a bit exaggerated. We can make this 56. With the time being, I think that's what I'm going to do because it makes the most sense. I mean, I wouldn't want to have a wide stop loss like that. 170 pips is kind of crazy. So I'm actually going to modify my trade in a bit. Just so we have our parameters. So if this is 56, we know where we can break even and allow this to be a risk-free trade. So that's what I might do in a second, guys. That makes the most sense. I just wanted to show you what a 1-to-1 looks like when you're swing trade, when you're pushing these big trades like this. But we can make this a 1-to-3. If we're anticipating price to hold above, this can be our safety net as well. That I have marked right here. Watch price in case we experience some sort of fake out or huge wick at news. So that's what I'll do actually. Let me go ahead and take a screenshot and send this in Discord. That makes the most sense. Modify, stop loss. Okay. Nineteen 1965. And then let me take another screenshot of this and we can push this closer. Or even like this. Make this like that. Let me go ahead and take a screenshot and just update the link. Edit link. Paste it right here. Edit link. Okay. Cool. I like your approach to analyzing, very clean and simple. I try to make it as simple as possible because, like I explained earlier, the more you complicate things, it's gonna basically, what's the word? When you complicate things, it's going to discourage you from hopping in certain moves that you see from muscle memory. I hope that makes the most sense. When you overcomplicate things, you have a whole bunch of lines in your chart. How are you going to have a clean bias in the market if you have so many indicators? So many. I don't know what I'm saying. You guys get it though. It's just you want to make your charts very clean and simple. Bottom line. When I first started trading, I used to use a whole bunch of indicators and have all these confluences on my screen and all these arrows, and it just kind of distracts you from what the market is printing, right? When you have a clean chart, you're trading naked, which means no indicators, no fibs. You're just trading ranges. You see where price is at. It's going to allow you to just hop in, right? And just see moves that play out before you miss them. So yeah, I might just extend this live to 9 o'clock because I want to see what happens after news since we are in gold. And hopefully price decides to hold above. Worst case scenario, price dips down. We're in drawdown this morning for around 30 pips, which isn't too bad, until it decides to push back up. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. And then we're gonna go ahead and analyze some other pairs in a second. So you guys have any pairs you want me to analyze, let me know. Okay. Oops, did not mean to do that. Okay. So let's see. I did say I was coming back to this. And I am going to make a video this weekend because I've been using something for about 4 years that's never failed me, guys. And it is that boxing method that I see play out over and over again. When price is ranging for a couple of hours, days, you get these clean moves outside these zones for a nice breakout, right? And even if it does come back, you can still catch that move for a break and retest. So we see it on here. I think there is a move on Euro JPY, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so right here as well, you have a clean move too, where price is kind of boxed in because it's kind of so close together. It's consolidating. You have a lot of volume being accumulated from the top or the bottom. In this scenario, we have more liquidity floating above because this would have taken out a lot of buyers in the market already, right? But because we have all this liquidity floating above, price eventually has a breakout and you have this clean consecutive push. You see this all the time. So even like with ranges like this where prices are really close together, it's kind of consolidating because it's creating volume. So I might make a video this weekend because you see that happen over and over again for clean pushes. Let's go and delete all this. It's red. Make this red as well. We can clear all this. We can clear all this. It's relevant. So Euro CAD, we could be seeing some sort of a break and retest. We have price making this huge push. And right now it's deciding what to come back and tap that newly formed support to have a continuation. We can delete this. We can delete this. I'm just gonna go ahead and clear my chart up for next week, guys. That's what I'm doing right now. Euro USD, again, we could come back down for that newly formed support. Notice how it did respect and push up. Love to see it. And we could get another tap this morning for an entry. So I'm gonna keep that green for now. That's it. All right, let's go ahead and pivot back to gold, see what's happening. So price is pushing down. Again, we just want to see if price is going to hold above this newly formed support. If it does post news, that's good as well. But we have our coordinates placed. And of course, we have our safety net in case we want to close. But this is a low risk trade, guys. If anything, risk 1% or half, since this is a 1 to 3. But I'm only in one trade at the moment. It should be on OBS as well. Same old EU and GU buy. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens in the next 5 minutes, guys. We're gonna stay on the 15-minute time frame / 30-minute, and then work with price. The objective is to break even as well. So our break even point would be around, since this is, let's see, this is 56. We can round it to 57. So I'm simply going to take my price tool from entry and push this up till we see 57, roughly around here. Get my alert out. 53.853. And then we're going to say BE or TP1. We'll say TP1 hit BE, which means break even. make sure I'm good with this as well. Modify. %6. Okay. Stop loss 1942. And now we just wait. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna be chilling for the next 4 minutes. I'll be back. All right, it is 7:20, so we have about 10 more minutes, and then we can check on the 30-minute to see if price decides to hold. Um, Price is in drawdown for a couple of pips. Again, the main objective is to see if price is going to hold post news, especially at 8:30 above 1945, and then we're just going to drive price up and modify trades or a position if we have to. Meaning, if we hit TP1, we'll break even, making it a risk-free trade. But that's our objective this morning: to hit TP1 and let price drive above our daily newly formed support. Worst case scenario, price drives back into range one and push off of this instead of what we have here. That's the worst case scenario. Best case scenario, we hit TP1 and we break even. I'm learning about the Forex market. Hopefully, my videos are helpful, my friend. So yeah, we have 10 more minutes. I'm a bit AFK, but if you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just chilling and watching gold. So I do apologize if I'm quiet this morning. I'm just chilling. But yeah, if you guys want me to analyze any other pair as well, let me know. Otherwise, we're just gonna keep eye on gold. Sounds good? Let me know if you have an issue with that. If you want me to try to find another pair to trade, I will. But my main objective this morning is going to be gold. I'm just going to finish with gold this week. So yeah, I'll be back in like 5 minutes. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. King Key says, "Do you chart Nas?" I do not, unfortunately. I only trade what I have on my watch list, which is gold, AUD pairs. Well, this is only for funding. This is only for funding right now. My watch list primarily is this is all the pairs I trade for funding. But personal, I only trade gold, euro, GBP, and Bitcoin. Surprisingly, for the weekend. What's your outlook on GU and EU? Let's start with GU. GU. Let me find it real quick. All right, so GU. Let's start in the daily time frame, and let's see if I can. Let's go and delete all this. Let's just start from scratch. Why don't we? So GU is obviously pushing up. Broke this high right here, which is indicating that it is forming some sort of structure, especially where price is at. We can call this a nice break and retest. So I know a lot of people are hopping in for buys right now simply off of that consecutive push, right? Because we have a push in the market, price has to come back to have a retracement if it wants to formulate some sort of continuation. So price is in that formation right now. It's nearing that newly formed support as well, scaling it on the 4-hour time frame. Clearly see that price broke this high as well. And then it kind of had a fake out right here where it drove price back into this range. Again, we can divide price into ranges like this. We have this nice push where price is reacting off of, and then we can actually drive this a bit down because I do it from candles, not from wicks. So let me just push this down a little like this. So ideally, since it is a USD pair and we have news, I'd wait to see if price is going to hold. Because if not, you're going to see something like this. That's like what we're doing on gold. The only difference is we noticed on the daily time frame that it had a strong level. This isn't really as strong. It just has a nice break, and we're seeing if it's going to react off of that newly formed support. And price is kind of breaking through that level. So I'd wait to see if price is going to close above or below in the next hour, since we have news at 8:30. But overall buys, that's for GU, my friend. Euro, USD. Let's go and check Euro USD real quick. Same thing. So I already have it marked up. We want to see if price is going to hold, but we want to wait until price comes back around 1.0669, around that newly formed support, or that 2-hour support, I guess you can call it, because price is showing some sort of resistance, right? We have a push right here. We have a touch right here. We have a touch right here. So this is a strong level, obviously, that price reacting off of. It could have another touch forming that double bottom that you could capitalize on for a buy. So I'd wait for the next hour as well. This is a 20 pips away from that entry level, so I'd wait to see if price is going to drive near that area. Otherwise, if you want to be aggressive, you could hop in for sells, anticipating price to drive down there, or you can just wait for the next hour since that is USD, and we have news in the next hour or so. But I would anticipate buys if price decides to drive near that area. So I'm just gonna place. I'm going to place an alert to watch price so that we can catch that move together if I'm still live. 6698. I'll just put like watch price. No problem. So yeah, again, guys, I'm gonna chill for the next 4 minutes. If you have any questions, let me know. Those are some great questions. Hopefully they were helpful answers. And I'm gonna be AFK. So 4 minutes. We're gonna see what happens next 30-minute candle on gold, and I'll be right back. All right, so the time is now 7:30. Price is in drawdown. Again, we just want to see if price is going to hold for the next hour or so above price, and we're going to see what happens at news. Simple as that. I'm going to be here at my desk, guys, but if you guys have any questions, let me know. All right, I'm back. Um, Sorry about that, guys. I was actually studying for a test that I had this morning. But let's go ahead and review gold. So it is currently in drawdown, still hovering above that newly formed support or daily support on the daily time frame. Again, we just want to see if we get some sort of closure on these higher time frames. So let's say on the 4 hour time frame, we have news at 30 minutes. So hopefully in the 2 hour we get some sort of closure. Well, we have an hour before that, so we're gonna get that push before news. Um, Worst case scenario, guys, price does close and it comes down here. But as long as you're using risk management, this is a 1% trade that I'm in. We should be good to go. We could try to find a re-entry as well, because if news pushes price down here to 1932, then we can look for a re-entry. Otherwise, we're going to see if price holds above this 4 hour or daily support. Let me go ahead and document this as well. If you guys have any questions, let me know. All right. It is now 8 o'clock. So let's see what we see. Um, Again, we just want price to hold above 1945. And I will stay for news, guys. I will stay for news. Or we keep on 30-minute. Yeah. All right. Sonic said, "Nice, nice. I traded on the 4 for a while too. I'm sorry, nice, nice. I traded on the 4 hour for a while too, but switched to lower time frames because I don't have the patience and the swap fees are paying for gold." And I do understand that as well. Again, I only do this type of trade or these trades on gold. The other pairs, I mainly go for like 20, 30 pips. But if I see something good on the daily time frame, I just stick to my buys. And then usually if price does fail, then I have a backup. Like we have a re-entry placed around 9:32 if news decides to just completely melt. The only issue is like most people don't trade like this because they don't understand how to use risk management. So you're risking way too much, and the problem is once you lose this trade, you're too much in drawdown to have that re-entry, right? We'll see what happens in the next 30 minutes. I'll still be here, guys. All right, so the time is about 8:15. We have news in 15 minutes on USD. It is, if I remember, it is unemployment claims, and I think I'm gonna stay here until 9 because I want to see what happens after news to see if we can catch a re-entry if price does decide to fail. So I think I'm gonna stay till 9 if that's okay with you guys. Extend it for another 30 minutes so that we can see what happens post news. All right. Otherwise, we're gonna see what happens in the next 15 minutes. I'll come back at around 8:25, and yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Be right back. All right, the time is now 8:25. We're going to see what happens in the next 5 minutes. I do have the alerts placed on other pairs, guys. I know my main focus is gold, but I do have alerts placed on the pairs that I analyzed earlier. So price that's near that zone or area, we will anticipate some sort of entry as well. But main focus right now is on gold since we have news in the next 5 minutes. Why do you anticipate that the news will be bullish for gold? That's a good question. So again, we want to see if price is going to hold post news. I don't really know what news is going to do for price at the moment, but I'm just going mainly off of my technical analysis. I was just reading up on FX Street just now just to see if I could get any hints of what people are looking for. So gold price remains depressed for the fourth straight day on Thursday and trades at its lowest since October 18th, below 1950. So it's kind of just recapping what it's doing. As it's pushing down, right? But since it was pushing down so much, it only has to come back up eventually. And on the daily time frame, we can clearly see that price was pushing down for this whole week. But we have this daily support right here. So I'm saying after news, if price decides to hold, we could get some sort of reversal this morning. So we have about 2 more minutes. We're gonna see what happens. Let's see if price is ready to push up. Hopefully that answers your question though. Yo, fast question. Can anyone start trading even if you have low income? Yes, but if you have low income and you're still working a job, I'd split that paycheck 25% into your real account and then the rest save and build up. But niche production, I think that's what I'd say. You can definitely start trading with low income, but I would practice in a demo for at least 2 months. So we have about 20 seconds. Let's see what happens with news. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Does it depend on what broker you use? Because I tried plus 500 and they didn't let me. It does. It does. It does. I use Forex.com and Henkel Trade, but a lot of people have their own preferences. You just got to be careful because a lot of people are basically trying to get you to sign up with their affiliate link. I don't have any of that stuff, so just trade with your own broker after you do your own research. Um, but there's been a lot of controversy on Henkel Trade for some reason recently. I've had zero problems with Henkel Trade, but I've seen some stuff on Instagram. Okay, so hopefully price decides to speed up. I thought we were gonna get a push either to the upside or downside. It is pushing down right now. The time is 8:30, so we'd have to wait another 30 minutes to see if price wants to hold above. You know, sometimes you see price like this, guys. It's pretty stagnant. I thought we were gonna get a clean move like this, but of course, being on the flip side, price is pretty stagnant. It doesn't really know if it wants to respect this level or this range or push down. Um, Forex trade. What's that? Is that a broker? But yeah, definitely it's not you can start trading now, bro. I think the best time to trade is now. The best time to learn is quarter two heading into the summer. But I'd start with like $100. See if you can flip that to a certain percentage. Because I know some brokers don't even allow you to deposit anything lower than 100. So, but you can start trading whenever, bro. So next 15 minutes, we will see what happens with gold. It's currently pushing down, currently in drawdown. Excuse me. Now for me this week, guys, if this does hit my stop loss and I end the week, I will still be up 0.4% because this will leave me at break even from yesterday's move, which was 1.4. This is the 1% risk trade. Yes, yeah, that's my goal. I will start with 100 to $100. My profit goal is 2%, and that will lead to make more profitable trades. That's good. That's good. I would say have a weekly goal as well, so that you can use risk management on your days. For example, let's say if your profit goal is 5%, right? I'm just throwing out a number. Let's say your profit goal is 5% throughout the week. You trade like me Monday to Thursday. That is for 4 days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, right? And your profit goal for the week is 5%. That means you don't want to risk no more than 1% every day. Let's say you risk 2% on Monday, 2% on Tuesday, 2% on Wednesday, 2% on Thursday. You're already risking 8% that week, right? But 1%, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The max you can lose that week is 4%. So you don't want to go over your profit target. Um, or don't even have a profit target. Have a risk amount, you know. So vice versa. Let's say you don't want to risk no more than 5% a week. Well, there you go. You're only risking 1% every day. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna extend this live till 9 o'clock, guys. We have like another 25 minutes. I don't mind staying on longer. If you guys have any questions, let me know. You guys are asking really good questions. Schedule will resume next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I should be dropping a video this weekend, and when I say video, I'm talking about like a real YouTube video, not a TikTok or anything like that. I'm noting down. Thanks. Let's see if I have any more tips. You also want to use ratios. If you don't know what ratios are, I'm assuming you don't know what that is since you asked, is it too late to trade? Assuming that you haven't traded. What's up, Sage? How's it going? Sorry I couldn't attend the streams because of my schedules. All good. I only streamed today, yesterday. So far up 1.4% throughout the week. This is a 1% trade, so if I lose this, I'll still be up 0.4%, ending the week in profit. So far so good. And everything's updated as well. So Discord, website, all that stuff. But everything is good. Everything is good. And I have a video dropping sometime this weekend. It's gonna be on my method I've been using. That's been able to make me well over. I'd have to check in my notes. I was about to say 50%, but it's a method I've been using for 4 years. That's been working. I'm probably gonna drop it this weekend. What I was about to say, yeah. So what you want to do as well is I'm gonna put you on some game. So if you don't have Stenu, you can actually go to Baby Pips and risk free or position size calculator. You can actually go to Baby Pips and they have a free calculator you can use to calculate your risk. So again, let's say your account balance is 200 and you're risking 1%, right? Because if your profit target is, or you don't want to go over 5% a week and you're trading Monday through Thursday, you don't want to go anything higher. I risk 0.5%. Like yesterday, we risked 0.5% on gold and we had a 1-to-2 ratio. So I either go half or I go 1. And your stop loss is basically that red zone that you have for your trade. So this example, well, this is a bad example because I'm going higher than what I usually do. But let's say if it's like 20. Let's say if you're risking like 20 pips, okay? Then you would enter in 20, and then you would select your currency pair. Let's say you're trading Euro USD, calculate, and then it would give you all that information. So the lot size you'll be using, the amount you're risking in this trade as well, all that stuff. Because what's 1% of 200? So you're only risking $2 in that trade, right? Hopefully that makes sense. And this might not seem like a lot, and this is why a lot of people gravitate towards funding challenges, because let's say if you have the skill set of trading, let's say if you're really good at trading, you've been practicing for so long, but you don't want to use your own capital because maybe you're working a job, low income, etc., and you just need that money for something else. Understandable. What people do is they invest in funding challenges or prop firms where you show them that you can trade with discipline and risk management. You're not in here to gamble. You're actually trying to hold your account so that, let's say if you're funded a large amount, 100K, and you're risking 1%, you're using your same system, calculate, you would get that profit much higher than $2 or risk amount. So you're risking 1K, but if you're using 1-to-1, that's 1%, 1 to 2, 2%, 1 to 3, 3%. So you would get a bigger return in investments. That's why a lot of people are actually doing funding challenges now. You don't really see a lot of people trading their own capital. Right now, I'm doing 2 prop firms, and I have my own personal account, and I'm documenting everything, which is why I'm going live. So we're gonna see what happens at the end of the year. Hopefully, I make a video. I might make it a little cinematic. I don't know, but it's gonna be all these clips combined. But yeah, that's why a lot of people do prop firms. They invest into a company, show them that they have that skill, so that they can be funded and have a bigger profit split instead of trading their own capital. Now, don't get me wrong, trading your own capital is also a good method. You know, it's not to say that you shouldn't be trading your own money. What I would do though, if you're working a job, is compound your account. So let's say if you're working at McDonald's, right, and you're getting paid 200 a week, just throwing out an example. What I would do is throw half into my live account and keep trading with low risk. So if I'm using a micro lot size, which is 10 cents per pip, then I'd continue using that until I have a larger account. So let's say if I lose 10% of my account, but I'm throwing in another 100 every week, then that 10% isn't really gonna matter. As long as I'm sticking to my plan and I'm not going over my risk percent, which would be 10 or 5, then I can easily compound my account. I can easily compound my account because I'm working that said job, right? And my biggest tip as well, because I've been to that point where I was working a job, hustling while trading. You want to get to the point where trading becomes your main focus, your main job, and then your job becomes your like side hustle, your extra income. But at the moment, let your job be the main focus so that you can treat this side hustle as something to invest in. No, not they're both not FTMO. So one is FTMO. This is FTMO, yes, and the other one is called. Let me pull it up. The other one is called Goat Funded Trader, and I actually have to make some stuff about that, some post about that, so people know what it is. Basically, I talked about this 2 weeks ago actually. Basically, someone reached out to me and they actually acknowledged my trading. They looked at my page, they looked at my videos, and they could tell that I've been in the game for some time, and they basically want me to trade with their prop firm. So they said, hey, we have a challenge for you. We're gonna see how you do. If you pass, we can also fund you. So I said, okay. I did my research. It doesn't seem sketchy at all. I can even pull it up if you guys want me to. Oh, here it is. Go Funded Trader. I did my research. Doesn't seem sketchy. Because here's the thing as well. You want to be careful. Some prop firms are pretty much a scam because they there's a lot of controversy, but basically they get you to promote their affiliate links so that they can get commissions. But other than that, the main objective of prop firms is just to show your skill set so they can fund you. But some of these prop firms have been really sketchy. I know there is one called I think it was what's it called, MTT. I don't know the name. I think it's my something something. I can't remember the name. It's like MFF or MTT. But basically, they shut down and took everyone's money. So you want to be careful. But these are the two prop firms. It's FTMO and this one. So this one is you have no time limit as well, and you only need to make 6%. So here it is. Oh, I'm sorry, 8%, not 6, 8%. You need to make 8%. So FTMO is 10. This is 8%, and then they have pretty much the same requirements for phase 2. And there's no time limit. So that's what I'm doing throughout quarter 4. Yeah, we're gonna see what happens before 2024, guys. That's what I'm doing. We're gonna see where I end up. For me, I'm a full margin trader. Just go all in, as my system always gives me sharp entries, and I just use medium risk leverage. Yep, that's pretty much what I'm doing on gold this morning. Well, actually, You want to be careful with that. I used to trade like that as well, full margin. I kind of stopped only because I trade consecutively throughout the week. If it was like a 1 day thing, then okay, cool, that's fine. But let's say if I'm going all in, let's say if this was a trade on Monday that I took and I lose 1%, then I'm gonna go half the next day. And you just want to be careful because going full margin, let's say if you go below your risk percent, then you're gonna be in risk throughout the whole week, unless you break even or depending on what type of ratios you use. In this scenario, I use above 1 to 2. So if I lose one trade, even if I lose two, I can easily come back the next day with a 1 to 3 or even a 1 to 2 breaking even. So it also depends on your ratios and your risk. So we have about 15 minutes. Unfortunately, gold is being very stubborn. I thought we were going to get a clean move. Um, Price is kind of consolidating as well. And that is perfectly okay. I think I'm going to hold it throughout tomorrow as well. I won't be live, but I'll be sending stuff in the Discord. So if you guys are in there, be on the lookout tomorrow, same time. And I'll be out of town Sunday. I'll be active all weekend in Discord and Instagram. So you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out to me. I should be dropping a video this Saturday as well on a strategy. And what else? That's pretty much it. I'm just going to be working on other videos for other stuff. And that is it. Ever thought of trading indices? Like NOS, US 30. Is that what you mean when you say indices? Because I was about to say gold for a second. It sounds stupid. Gold is a commodity. Gold is not an indice. It's a commodity. But you're talking about NOS and like US 30, right? I traded US 30 like my first year. Did really good for the first 2 months. That's all I'm going to say. And I had a whole video on it. There was a good strategy I was using. Basically, I was on a certain website, fundamental analysis. You know, you look at the interest rates of all these companies that represent US 30. And if it's in the blue, you buy. If it's in the red, you sell, right? But it wasn't really consistent. You know, you had good days and then you had really, really bad days, right? And then NOS, I've only touched NOS for like 2 days. Are you familiar with double top pattern strategy? Um, okay, if yes, could you explain when you buy in that situation? I can give a whole lesson right now. So, niche production. So double top. So when you say double top, a double top refers to two touches at the surface. It's a double top, right? That means you're looking for sells. Double bottom, meaning you're at the touching of the floor. You're looking for buys because it's two touches that's making a strong structure of support. So let me draw this out for you real quick. So that is a popular retail concept that a lot of people use to either look for some sort of support resistance or even a good level in case price decides to break out. So usually if price is ranging like this, or if it's in a trend for some time before it even comes into this range, let's say if it's like this, or this is a bad example, yeah. Let's say if it's like this, right? And then price is pushing up and then you see candles making some sort of structure, right? You know, you have a touch right here, you have a touch right here. This is referred to as a double top, okay? Because you have two areas where price is pretty near each other at that level of support for a sell or resistance for, or I'm sorry, support for a buy or resistance for a sell. This is referred as a double top, meaning you see that move and then you're entering in for that sell because price is forming that double top. And double bottom is basically vice versa. A lot of people still say it's a double top, but it doesn't make sense to me because price is lower. Real market examples, because I don't really want to draw it out. It might confuse you. Let's just stick with gold. So on gold, let's see if we can just find a quick example. Let's go on the 2-hour time frame, or let's even scale on the 30-minute. So a double, you said a double. Let me read your question again. For a buy, for a buy. So you want me to explain a double bottom for a buy situation, right? So on the 50-minute time frame, let's see if I can find a quick example. Okay, so like, let me go ahead and get the replay button. Let's say price is around this area, right? And we played, we click play. Okay, so this isn't the best example, okay? This is not the best example, but this is what I'm using for now. Price kind of forms this gap. And a lot of people would refer this as a double top because it makes another touch to that newly formed resistance. So a double top is pretty much when you see candles coming close to each other. It has a gap, but it has the same area that it's respecting off of, okay? And the reason why this is important, because let's say you have multiple touches as well, it starts to build some sort of value to the flip side. So you could use this in a buy situation, but the most basic retail concept is to respect a double top for a sell, double bottom for a buy, right? Because they're simply trading off support and resistance off of that gap. But if price decides to build up a lot of momentum, let's say price decides to range for a bit and it makes another touch right here, it does its thing and it makes another touch. This is the method I use where price starts to have a range. So you would box up price and basically wait for a breakout because it's building up so much liquidity. Liquidity just basically means money. Don't get confused when I say that word. It sounds very advanced, but it's just money, okay? So let's say a lot of sellers are in the market, okay? And this is really sloppy. So let me just make this more neat. Let's say you see something like this, okay? That's better. But a lot of sellers are taking advantage of that double top, right? So people are hopping in. People are hopping in right here, you know, because they see another touch. People are hopping in right here. And that red area, believe it or not, when we lose in the market, someone's taking our money. It's not just disappearing. So every time you lose a trade, that money isn't just disappearing. You know, we're trading against other people. It's winners and losers, retail institutions, etc. So when you have a double top, and that is a retail concept that most retail traders see, including me, a lot of people are hopping in for sales. It's not just you. With that being said, that red area from your entry to stop loss is holding some sort of value, money, liquidity. So eventually, if we have multiple touches, what happens is price starts to come back up. Depending if there's liquidity on the flip side as well, it starts to come back up because price is attracted to liquidity and have a breakout. Let me delete this as well. And eventually it takes all those orders out. So you could use a double top for a buy situation to answer your question, but you'd have to wait for price to range a little bit, build some sort of liquidity in that area for a breakout eventually. And we see this all the time. A good example is on, let me find a quick example. Euro, what was it? Euro JPY that I explained earlier. So Euro JPY, right? So this isn't the cleanest range, but price is going in and out, in and out, in and out, right? So, you know, we have touches right here and we have some touches right here. It's not the cleanest range, but, you know, price is doing its thing. On the 15-minute, you could try to find a double top. So, like, let's see. This is pretty sloppy, but let's say you were trading at this area right here, right? Let's just say, for the time's sake, you were trading in this area, and then you notice that price dips down to that previous support. It's not the cleanest double bottom, but price technically does respect that level. So a lot of people would say, okay, so we had a touch right here, and we have a touch right here. All right, so I'm hopping in for buys. So you're hopping in for buys. Again, it's not just you in the market. You're hopping in for buys, right? You're hopping in for buys right here. Let me make this shorter. You're hopping in for buys right here. It's a little bit sloppy. I do apologize. And then you're hopping in for buys for other points in the market when you mix another touch. So let's go ahead and continue. TP smacked, and then it comes back down to take out the remaining buyers. And notice how this wick pretty much takes out those orders. So you could see it from both ways, meaning double bottom for sells or a double top for buys. You know, if you have another touch, the price decides to come back down and grab the remaining orders. You want to be careful. Hopefully that answered your question. Sometimes I'm really bad at explaining things. I might have to make a video and just send it to you because sometimes it does get confusing. But in general, if I disregard all the liquidity stuff, double top, you're looking for sells, and double bottom, you're looking for buys, okay? Let's see what gold is doing. All right, so gold is in profit now, which is good. We love to see it. We love to see it. Gold is now in profit, and let me delete all this other stuff. And look, that's the beauty of it, guys. You know, I'm just starting to do this live, explain things live, you know. So hopefully if you guys rock with me, I do a better job in the future. No hesitation, no stuttering, so that you can understand things in less than 2 minutes. You know, it's a work in progress. So I do apologize if I do not make sense sometimes. I'm practicing on trying to make sense to everyone instead of just myself. But gold is in profit, guys. It's pushing up. It's pushing up. We love to see it. We love to see it. So I'll go ahead and recap. And the next... Oh, the live's about to end already? We have 4 minutes? I might extend a little longer. It depends. But let me explain why I took this trade again. If you're hopping in late or you're hopping in post-stream, appreciate you for watching. If you guys have been in here, also appreciate you as well. So on the daily time frame, when you start on your daily time frame, you get a overall perspective of whatever market you're trading in. Gold, euro, indices, Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. Your daily time frame is going to show you what price is doing overall, right? So starting on your top-down analysis, your higher time frame, working your way down, I start in the daily time frame to ask myself, what is price doing at the moment? Is it buying or is it selling? What is it literally doing? What is it printing? So on the daily time frame, let me go and delete everything, right? I notice that price is selling, yes, but it's selling after these consecutive candles that I've noticed to the left. And when I see all of this, I always anticipate some sort of retracement, because whenever you have an impulse in the market, it has to retrace just a little bit if it wants to continue up. Price doesn't just shoot up all the way. It doesn't just drop all the way down unless you have news, right? If there's a lot of news, NFP, CPI, etc., you see price do that. But eventually it has to come back down, make a touch or a retracement before pushing back up. So in the daily time frame, if you are anticipating some sort of buy, right, or even sell, you want to be careful to look at the left to see if you have any type of impulsive or consecutive candles telling you that it's already in a bullish trend. So I notice on the 4 hour, we have structure, or even stay on the daily time frame. I notice we have structure over here. So if I go ahead and just do this, I notice we have structure because price actually made a touch right here, And to answer your question, niche production, you know, when it comes to a double top, this can be classified as a double top on the daily time frame, although we have wicks. And what does price do? It pushes down, and eventually, like I explained earlier, it has a breakout, taking out all these orders. And what is it doing right now? Coming back down for that retracement off of that newly formed support. So I'm anticipating price to respect this level at around 1945 to have a continuation, right? Because we broke structure. I also have price divided into ranges. So if it looks any confusing to you, we have range 1, which price was in for some time. We have this nice breakout, which is now in range 2. And then we formed another range from the 4 hour time frame, dividing price in case price decides to have another push into range 3, which would end us in profit regardless. So right now we're in range 2, which is good. We're in profit. Price is pushing up. It's respecting that newly formed support. We had a nice close above 1945 as well. So I'm anticipating price at TP1 at the least. And if it decides to push back down, it's okay. We'll be in break-even territory. But let's say if it decides to have another breakout into range 3, we'd be looking to take price up into range TP3. Okay? I'm from Sweden, so the time difference is huge, but I'll try to head in time from time. Okay. All good, man. I'll be here Monday to Thursday. I will be here, my friend. All right, so I'm gonna wrap up the live in a few seconds. Um, Big shout out to Suezin, Supersonic, Iwell, King Keys, Nice Production, and Sage. Appreciate you guys for hopping in this morning. Hopefully this live was helpful. If you didn't make any money, hopefully you learned something. If you didn't learn something, I'll be back next week, Monday through Thursday, rinse and repeat. In the week in profit, which is good. If you guys don't know, I'm on Instagram and Discord and YouTube all weekend, so you can be on the lookout for that. I'll be dropping a video either tomorrow or Saturday. Again, appreciate you guys. Hopefully you have a good rest of your week. Hopefully you end Friday in profit as well. I do not trade on Fridays, but let me know how it goes. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or YouTube. And yeah, that's about it. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'm out.